Welcome to the future site of the Gladstone Library, right here. My name is Gary Schmidt. I'm the County Administrator at Clackamas County. I'm honored to be your Master of Ceremonies today. We have a few quick speakers, and then mostly we're going to have a chance to talk, network, enjoy some refreshments, look at the future plans of the library, and we'll have a sign unveiling here in just a moment. First, of course, thank you to all of you, our elected officials, the community, the residents here of Gladstone and Clackamas County who've been waiting decades, yes, decades, for a new library. And it is the closest it's ever been. And it's going to happen because we have a spot and we have a sign. And thanks to the county commissioners, there's some money as well. This would not have been possible without all of you and many, many elected officials who did their very, very best work over many, many years to make this possible. And I want to introduce the elected officials who are here today. And please give your wild applause after each one because they deserve it. We'll start with our state representatives. Representative Bill Kennemer, welcome. Senator Bill Kennemer, I'm sorry, Senator. Forgive me. Former representative, former county commissioner, amazing man. Thank you, Senator Kennemer. Representative Meek, are you here yet? Representative Mark Meek. Representative Karen Power. I'm not sure if she's made it yet. Our county commissioners, Chair Tootie Smith. Commissioner Martha Schroeder. Commissioner Paul Savas. Commissioner Sonia Fisher. Commissioner Mark Shull. Our Gladstone City Councilors. First, our Mayor, Tammy Stemple. Gladstone City Councilors, Greg Alexander. Matt Tracy. Anessa Hartman. Tracy Todd. Mindy Garlington. And Councilor Randy Ripley was not able to be here today, but let's give him a round of applause too. And of course, our community, our Gladstone Library Community Task Force, our chair, Laureen McClintock. And all the members of the Gladstone Library Task Force, raise your hands. Give a round of applause to them as well. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for all your dedication to the Gladstone Library. It's warm out, and I know you all want to eat and drink, so let's get started with some brief speakers. First, please welcome the Mayor of Gladstone, Tammy Stemple.
If I don't read this, I'll go down lots of rabbit holes, so just be patient. As we stand here looking at the blank canvas, which will soon become our library, we honor the strength, the vision, and the patience of our community in holding true to this goal. And that goal is a new library right here that will serve as the hub of our city. This is possible because of an incredible partnership that we have with Clackamas County. So I'd like to start by thanking the Clackamas County Board of Commissioners and our Gladstone Library Task Force. You guys, heroes. Without your commitment and your willingness to come back to the table with open eyes and open arms, this would be a vastly different conversation that we would be having today. We all realized right away that a library is the most important place in town, and it is so much more than a building with books. It will be a place where people gather, explore, interact, and imagine. It will be a place that helps us revitalize our distressed downtown by offering an attractive, functional, and community-based place, creating a livable and friendly city. And we all get to be a part of that. It amazes me every day what we can achieve as a community if we come together as a team. Good things always seem to happen. Clackamas County and the City of Gladstone remained committed to advancing this project as evidenced by the removal of the old building, giving it the site, and by the completion of our construction drawings, getting ready for permitting. We do realize that the timeline was not what we had hoped for, and it's been an incredibly turbulent past few years that none of us were really prepared to navigate. But for us, our primary goal is to complete this important community project as soon as possible, and we will do this while protecting and valuing our limited public dollars. That is our promise to you. In closing, I would like to again thank the Clackamas County Board of Commissioners, the county staff, the Gladstone Library Task Force, and our incredible Gladstone staff for always moving this forward, knowing how important it is to our city and our citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Stemple. Next, we were going to hear from County Commissioner Martha Schroeder, who helped create the library district way back in 2007, 2008, and is a former librarian as well, but she'll talk more about that. Please welcome Commissioner Schroeder.
Well, thank you everyone for being here today. I'm going to try and not get verklempt because I usually do when I talk about libraries. But I really want to thank the staff for something very kind they did. When you take a look at these little bookmarks, I had mentioned a quote the other day about libraries and how I felt about them. And the quote is, "I have always imagined that paradise will be a kind of a library," by George Louis Borges. And they kindly made these, thank you guys. I mean, that's just wonderful that you did that. For us, because I do think that libraries really are a paradise in so many ways that we really need. And on behalf of the county, I want to express our appreciation to each and every person, our elected officials. Bill Kennemer and I have been doing libraries since 2003. We're finally breaking dirt now, which is glorious, don't you think, finally? And everyone, the elected officials and our wonderful library board members and area residents, because you have played an important role in moving this project forward. The property we stand at now may not look like much, but it represents a major step closer to the dream and promise of a new library. For decades, Clackamas County's library system has been dedicated to providing outstanding services for residents, not just books, but resources of all types. There's nothing more that we can do to benefit our community, to make available to them free and open access to information, and to have a beautiful community center to gather in. I believe libraries are one of the most important things that we do in this country. I believe that they are, they're kind of if you will, the place where democracy flourishes, okay? They are having access to information, and having a library, to me, is a step in the right direction to make sure that our democracy remains strong. Libraries are integral to shaping new ideas and perspectives, which is exactly the type of ingenuity a project like this needs to come to fruition. This is a testimony to the power of partnerships and the power of our communities coming together. So thank all of you for all your hard work with this. I want to thank a few people, Representative Meek for designating ARPA funds. Thank you, Representative Meek. Thank you to my colleagues at the Clackamas County Commission, who last week voted to commit $6 million of ARPA funds to the construction of this library, and up to another $1 million, $9 million of ARPA funds for construction of the Oak Lodge Library. I want to thank our partners with Gladstone, including Mayor Stemple and the Gladstone City Council and City Administrator Jackie Betts. A huge thank you to the members of the, hey, yeah, let's clap. This is a clapping day. A huge thank you goes to the members of the Gladstone Community Planning Library Task Force, and it's been an honor to witness your work for all that you've done through this project. Special thanks to county staff, Sarah Ekman, Mitzi Olson, Cindy Becker, Cindy, I know you're here, Jason Varga, and the rest of the project management team dedicated to bringing this project to life. The dream of one library, 2 buildings in Gladstone and Oak Lodge is about to come true. And I'd like to maybe end again with another one of my favorite quotes. And this quote is from Albert Einstein, who was a fairly knowledgeable person himself, I think we all know. He said, "The only thing that you actually have to know is the location of the library." Okay, so on to a new library for Clackamas County, and thank you all for your support. Woo!
Thank you, Commissioner Schroeder. Next, Commissioner Paul Savas, a longtime resident of this area, who's also been deemed deeply involved in the planning of this library and our next new library, the Oak Lodge Library. Welcome, Commissioner Savas.
Thank you, Gary. I can't tell you how pleased I am and looking forward. It's actually the day I will cry, which will be when we break ground. Okay? So it's a huge milestone today. A little bit of history, and because Bill Kennemer is here, Senator Bill Kennemer, when he was county commissioner, and my colleague Martha Schroeder, when she was a county commissioner, I was on C4, and one of the feuds that was going on was the cities complaining about the libraries, the city libraries being used by the unincorporated area, and they're not paying their fair share. So out of that years of discussions and heated discussions, it came out 3-310, the county passed the library district, and now there's money and so on. But in that plan, one of the flaws in the plan is that Gladstone had to build a library for the unincorporated area of Jennings Lodge and Oak Grove. That's a huge library, would have been 20-something thousand square feet, a huge burden to the city of Gladstone, and we also had a timeline to get that done. Long story short, there was a lawsuit, and we solved that. Myself, the Mayor Stemple, our administrator at the time, Don Krupp, and city manager Jackie Betts. I know she's here, there she is. We sat in a room and we worked it out. And we worked out, instead of building really that one large library, we came up with the one library, two location model. This is Library 1, and Library 2 will be the Oak Grove Library, and they're integral. The staffing's joined together, the medium, the books, all the material will be split out between the two libraries, and we'll have will fulfill the promise for the library district. I can't tell you how many meetings going back to, I don't know, 2015, 16 at the firehouse in Oak Grove, where we had people every Friday morning. We'd go down there and we would talk about, and not politicians, by the way, maybe I was the exception, but really community members. You know, we were working together side by side to try to solve this problem because of the lawsuit, because of finding ways to make it happen. And we did math. We had a number of just great people around, a lot of them being Oak Grove, but also being Gladstone as well. So here we are today with that solution, and we're making good on it. I want to thank my colleagues on the commission for, again, last week approving the $6 million for this library, the $9 million for Oak Grove. And we're looking forward to getting these things started, hopefully at the same time next year, around the corner. And I'm just really excited about this. The staff and everyone who's helped on this, I can't tell people, I can't even imagine how many meetings we've had. I see Grover in the back and a number of other people, Nancy, a number of people that have been involved with this for a very, very long time, and we have spent hundreds of hours. So to you all, as I said before, I talked to you last week, we would not be here without you. So this is just as much of a lift in the community as it is from the elected officials. So actually, again, without you, it would not have happened. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I also thank the mayor and the city council for having the patience to get us here at this point. We're going to get it done. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Commissioner Savas. Next, of course, our Gladstone Community Library Task Force members and the chair who will say a few words. Chair Laurleen McClintock, please welcome, come forward. Thank you.
Well, first of all, how many fellow Library Task Force members do we have here? Could you wave? And let's look around. And I want to give them all a big hand. This has been 4 years of meeting in person and then again on Zoom, and I'm just so excited that we've got this far. I also want to thank the library, city, and county staff for all the work that they've done for many years. Plus, we have Gladstone City Council and our mayor, and then we have the Board of County Commissioners, and when they came together, really support and fund our library. If you would have told me 4 years ago I'd be excited about a sign, I would have gone, what? But you know what? I'm excited about that sign because that sign represents a ton of community involvement. It represents our hopes and dreams. It's going to change the way Gladstone looks, and I am so excited to be here with you today, and I'm going to party with you when we get to open the doors. So, thank you.
Thank you, Lurleen. All right, so now the moment you've all been waiting for, we're going to do a quick sign unveiling. I'm going to ask all the elected officials present and the library task force membership, and Jackie, all of you to come forward. We're going to congregate right here. We're going to have a photo op, so stick for the photo, the sign unveiling in the photo. And then as soon as that's done, please stay, everyone, enjoy some refreshments, company, and just admiring this amazing site for our future library. So stay tuned here for the unveiling.